So just a bit of a rant video actually. Quite annoyed. I just thought I'd see if you guys have had any similar problems to what I've been having. Sorry if the camera's a bit shaky, it is on my phone, I hope you can hear me. I was in my allotment the other day and my site secretary hasn't been down for like, you know, for quite a while. Generally out of winter she's like one of those, as we like to call them, fair weather gardeners. She hardly ever comes. Anyway, I'm off the point. So the other day she was all fine with me, you know, not a problem. And then it comes down to, I get a phone call on the Wednesday, 2 days later. Bearing in mind she's already seen me on my allotment, and calls up saying your polytunnel's too big for my allotment plot. And I'm like, okay. I never really knew that I couldn't have one on there. You know, it took me a lot of time to get that up and cost me like £80. So, you know, I'm quite annoyed by this point that I'm being told that I can't have it up. And I ask her saying, like, you know, what are actually the rules of what I can have and what I can't have. And we can have an 8x6 shed or a 6x4 greenhouse, but that's all we can have. Now, when I took my allotment on, there was we had to take on a tenancy agreement. And I read from my tenancy agreement, like, before I even wrecked the polytunnel, and my tenancy agreement states nowhere that there's any specific size shed or specific size polytunnel, or greenhouse shall I say. So I said in my terms there's nothing saying I can't have it on there. So obviously at the moment I've emailed my local council, because mine's a council run plot, and I'm basically just going to see what they have to say about it. Just wondering if any of you lot have had any of the same problems or anything, you know, sort of related to this. I mean, to be honest with you, polytunnel, also a thing which I forgot to mention is she had the cheek to say basically people that have been on the polytunnel before, on the allotment before that have had polytunnels, they've also exclusively used them to grow cannabis basically. And as I'm one of the youngest on the plot, I basically think that if anything goes wrong, I'm basically always the first one she accuses anyway, which I think is a bit discriminating, to be honest with you. And she didn't actually say it in her own words, but she insinuated basically, as I'm young and I've got a polytunnel on allotment, that I'm going to be growing cannabis. You know, not every young person is a dope smoker. I mean, I'm far from, I'm anti-drugs, I don't take drugs, I haven't took drugs in the past. I don't like drugs, I don't deal with drugs. So that kind of annoyed me, so I'm just waiting for my local council now to see if I actually do get anything back. I've basically emailed them saying that, you know, I'm quite unhappy, it's cost me a lot of money for this, and that I'm going to have to take it down now. But it's not coming down until I get the final decision from the council anyway. But basically just a video, just see if you guys have had anything, you know, anything like this before. If you have, like, let me know, leave a comment, let me know how it all ended up in the end. So, thanks for taking your time to watch it. Until the next video, take care.